What's up, guys? This is Fritz, and this is my tutorial for the, I guess we can call them skylight rays, or I don't know what to call them. But basically, it's, as you can see here, we've got a wonderful man by the name of Phase 4 scoping up, and he's going to kill a guy. And as you can see, we've got these cool light things coming from the top. And there is CC in this clip, obviously. If I turn it off, it looks like this. It's a little bit more clear. You can see them goes boom. And they react with everything in the environment. So you can see here they're reacting with that little thing on the sniper scope. And it's pretty cool. So let me show you how to do this. So we're just going to leave the CC off for now. We'll just leave that. Or ignore the suggestion there. Or you know what, I'll just delete it. So we cut our clip here. And we just scopes in and scopes out with the kill. What we're going to do is, well, first off, we want to duplicate the layer. C, V, Control C, Control V. And we're going to go to the frame where he scopes out, which would be right here. You can see in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And we're going to split it. Control, beginning bracket. And that's the one that's like a rectangle. So, what we want to do now is just leave it here. We're not going to move it in the timeline at all. You can see it scopes out, like, can't even notice. We're going to make sure we have the top layer selected. In fact, we're going to rename this top layer rays. Like that. So now what we're going to do is go to our effects and presets tab and look up threshold, just a plain one, not CC, just plain. And we're going to get all comic booky, black and white, like retro. We're going to change the level to about 150. It really depends on your clip. You can see it just, you know, reacts to whatever. Reacts to the brightness on certain parts. But for me, how about 100? I don't know. We'll just play with it for a second. It's right about there is good. Because the goal here is to make the sky portion as white as it can and everything else as black as it can. And in my case here, you can see we've got like white stuff down here, white stuff over here. We can just grab this pen tool and just kind of mask out this area. Now, of course, if your whole sky is white, you're just going to, you know, obviously mask out the whole thing. But for me, it's just this corner here. So I'm just going to mask out that corner. So now, if we click away, go back to our arrow tool, you can see we've got a white area, and it's still matched with everything else. It's just black and white. Now what we want to do is change this layer mode to add. So you should have this thing here. If not, hit toggle switch in modes until you can see mode. Change it to add. Boom, we've got a white thing. You can't really tell there's a difference, except for that it's ugly. What we want to do is make it all ray and cool. So we're going to look up radial blur. You're going to want CC radial fast blur. It's the only one that works. Let me just show you. If you use like I don't know, plain radial blur and turn it on and, you know, put it on the right thing, it just stops like at the thing. Like we've got ugly lines and stuff. We don't want that. The only way to make this work successfully is to put on CC radial fast blur. Not on that layer, on the layer with the threshold. And we're going to drag it up to the corner somewhere in the area, like preferably in the middle of where your sky is. And we're going to change the amount up to like 90. We'll go 95. You can see here we've got some nice rays, and they react with everything in the environment. This map wasn't the best necessarily example, but you can see what I mean with this stuff on the scope here. It's really cool, and it's also reacting with the trees and stuff, believe it or not. So let me show you how to keyframe it real quick. Obviously, you're just going to keyframe the amount, go over however far you need to go, change it to about 50. 50 is about the minimum, I would say, for it. And even then, it's a little bit high. As you can see here, it's kind of cut off. You'd have to keyframe a little bit more of the masking, but for the most part, it works out very nicely. To keyframe the masking, obviously, you're just going to go to here, mask 1, keyframe the shape, click somewhere else, and you can change the points according to what you need to do. So that way the whole thing's shiny. But if you don't mask it, you get like radial blur over here and radial blur over there. You just want it to be in the immediate area that you need it. So to sum things up, you just duplicate the layer, set it to add threshold and radial blur, and boom, you should have it, keyframe it. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for tutorials, hit me up in the comments down below. And yeah, that's about it. Also, I updated the Fritz store, so I got CCs and presets and stuff on sale there from all of my edits if you're interested. Or, you know, even if you just have an effect in mind you want to learn, I can just send you a preset real quick. And yeah, link for that's in the description. Also follow me on Twitter and Facebook because that's a nice thing to do. I'm Fritz. I'm out. Peace.